We are the one called Kronos. We are the spiritual commander of the Siriun race. And we ask your assistance on this day in terms of accelerating the divine blueprint on the planet Earth. Your planet continues to engage in hostility and conflict. And we would ask on this day that you give yourself permission to look deep inside and determine if and where hostility and conflict might be removed from self, and then the resultant peaceful energy is sent out into the morphic field of the entire planet, and an entire shift and change begins to occur. We desire to assist. We desire to apply all that we have learned to assist each of you in such a process. So we ask you now to simply breathe and give self the opportunity to cleanse and to clear all of the inner energy that flows from the heart, from the mind, from the body, and the soul. And we ask you to open to the Sirian collective and consciousness in order to assist any aspect of the hybrid self to clear these energies as well. So breathe and imagine the body is becoming still. The muscles are coming to rest. The rate of respiration, breathing, is beginning to slow. And all parts of the being are flowing into a state of stillness. And breathe. As calm and peace and stillness set in, there is a feeling, a desire to expand this state of stillness, to allow it to grow, to increase, and to occupy every cell, every molecule, every atom of consciousness throughout the earth plane. And every atom, every molecule, every particle of the physical self. And in order to create this energy, we would ask each of you to examine any thoughts, any feelings, events or incidents of remorse or regret. In this lifetime, in what way do I still judge myself? In what manner do I regret any of my decisions, choices, and patterns of behavior? And breathe. Unconsciously and consciously, I review any and all of my past choices. Whatever faces of individuals I may have needed to apologize to, be they alive or transitioned, be they near or far, I offer these amends, these apologies. I send a rose-colored ray of light to each of them, expressing my love, my compassion, and my caring. For no matter how I may have wronged them, I am ready, willing, and able to express my apologies, to retract whatever venomous, violent, irritational, or damaging energy, behavior, expression, or action I may have taken. And oddly enough, I include myself in this cast of characters. For whatever action I may have taken that could have been self-damaging, whatever agreement I may have made to have hurt, injured, or dishonored myself, I apologize to myself as well. And as I move forward in this process, these low vibrational frequencies, these actions I may have taken, I cancel them, I clear them, and I make amends to all, including myself, in this process. And I now include all lifetimes, all experiences, in all simultaneous realities, in order to shift and to change this process. And breathe. Looking back, looking forward, and looking into the present. Over all decades, all time frames, all millennia, no matter how far forward, how far backward, or how deep into the present. I release, I let go, and I absolve all of these incidents where I may have been out of control. I may not have taken the highest path. And based upon the energy of the one called Kilgon, if there are any remaining bands of restriction, insult, injury, curse, or agreement with any dark lord or dark energy, I surgically remove those bands of energy from my experiences, my lifetimes. All trials, all tribulations, all difficult periods, are renounced and based upon the energy of the Great Bear, the protector in the West. I use similar power to the power of the Great Bear in the constellation Ursula Major. I take this energy of forgiveness, this power of protection, the overseeing of the Great Bear, and I give myself permission to release any and all of these historical energies. Energies which may attempted to have buried themselves deep within the past, or the present, or the future. And as they are exposed to me, I push them outward toward the angelic hierarchy, to the realm of the archangels. And based upon the energy of Gabriel and Raphael, the messenger and healing angels, and based upon the energy of Michael, the guardian angel, and Cassandra, the forgiving archangel, I invoke all of these energies to assist me in releasing and removing these events. And as I do so, I share this energy with all of the earth's political leaders. I send this energy into their morphic field so they may experience the same. And I am not foolish enough to believe that each and every one of them will avail themselves of this opportunity. For are those who cannot forgive, and there are those who cannot forget. There are those who desire to continue to hang on to graft and corruption and the overpowering of others. There are those who cannot surrender their feelings and thoughts of greed and avarice and irritation and insult and injury and violence. And so for those, I imagine a tiny trickle of energy being allowed to enter into a small crack in their brain, in their mind, the tiniest of allowances. And as this blessing, this wish, this desire, this process creeps into that tiny trickle, into that tiny crack, into the mind, the most minute, microscopic element of peace enters into their mind, enters into their consciousness, enters into their energy field. And as the Archangel Gabriel distributes more and more love into the hearts of humanity, their heart is so affected. Their heart is absolutely covered, smitten with this love. And as they begin their day, as they begin their experience in the earth plane, perhaps their soul can take on this particle of peace. Perhaps they may experience the self-forgiveness of this moment and this energy. In the silence, in the peace, the profound peace of this moment, I experience peace within self. And I experience the Buddhist principle of discernment, my ability to discern the peaceful power of my presence in contrast to having lost control, to having abused others, to perhaps having lied, to perhaps having overpowered to have taken away or stolen the voice, the power, and the ultimate free will decision. And each of us, each of those throughout the Siriun collective, amplifies the influence of this peace on every political officer, individual, human being, and encourages that human being to execute their responsibilities and their jobs with a sense of responsibility, a sense of peace, and a sense of order. Order born from the knowingness that all are connected, and that each part of self is also a part of every other. And breathe. And flow forward into this energy, into this synergy. Flow forward into the consciousness of the collective that wishes peace and joy, love and forgiveness to every particle, every piece of the reality in every dimension, every experience. May compassion and love surround the earth plane, surround the universe and the solar system, surround every galaxy throughout the cosmos. And may Metatron, overseer of the angelic realm, lend great energy to this effort. And may this effort flow forth into the stream of consciousness, allowing all energies, all entities, regardless of their origin, to experience this trend, this development, this new focus. And like the chrysalis of the butterfly in the earth plane, May massive transformation occur, transmutation of all violence, all hatred, and all ill will be transformed into peace, loving compassion, kindness, and acts of kindness, action befitting the guardian priest energy, action befitting the divine blueprint, results of peace and stillness and prosperity and expression of love flowing throughout the universes. And breathe this energy into self. Allow this peace, this stillness to congregate in every cell, including the physical body. I vow to treat myself with love and compassion and kindness. I vow to release my self-judgment, and I ask any self-hatred to surrender to self-love, to move me forward in my path of kindness, of peace and compassion. And by the light of the prayer of Saint Assisi, Saint Francis of Assisi, I allow that light to permeate every particle of my personal being, every particle of my personality, every part of my person. And I breathe this energy of forgiveness and love and kindness and compassion into my heart center, into my body, into my mind, and into my soul. And I ask Arcos and Ascos and Sonos and Kronos and all of the Sirian energies, and Ascara, leader of the Venusian earth installations, and all of the Pleiadians, and all of the Venusians, and all of the Sirians, to seal this energy with their intention of peace and stillness. So be it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. We shall give the man his body back. May peace prevail.